Eddie Block Field.
Eddie Block Film Show. Eddie Block Film. Eddie Block Film Show. Eddie Block Eddie Block Film. Eddie Block Eddie Block Film. Eddie Block.
How y'all doing today? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Did you watch the Charlie Kirk event this weekend? I was a little. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. I have too many people that are friends of mine that are similar to Charlie Kirk and could be killed or assassinated, and too many people, and just was heartbreaking because I really actually looked up to him. I really looked up to him a lot. So I just it was too heartbreaking for me to watch. I seen some clips, and I got to tell you what, Erica, his wife, oh my goodness, that woman is a much better person than I would have been. I mean, she she told them that she told them that I forgive you. I honestly could have never, if somebody murdered somebody that I cared about as much as she cared about him, I couldn't have done that. Could you? Could you? I don't think many people could do that. Uh I don't know though. I really don't. Let me make sure it's turned down, sorry. I just wow. All I can say is wow. And she's a true Christian, right? I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. And no, this is not toilet paper, it's labels. I know what it looks like. I've been busy. I've been busy. This I got my I've been working on some stuff around the house, and then today I got a well, it came in like a week and a half ago, and I just now turned it on. I got one of these robot vacuums that go all over the place and vacuum, 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 vacuum. And then it's also a mop at the same time. But it already has some of the dog fur I think got in the hair because I just wanted to test it out first, see how well it worked. And there was, there was stuff that I should have swept up first that I didn't. So maybe I got to clean it up. I'll find out afterwards. But yeah, it's cool. It's a shop. It vacuums, it mops, it does everything. It's pretty cool. What else happened this weekend? My stepdad made. Oh my gosh, he made this chicken, and on the barbecue, it's a cracked. Not cracked, but it's a smashed chicken. Oh man, it was good. It was crispy. Some of it he salted a little bit too much, but other than that, it was really good. And we talked about some stuff that I wanted to do, and so some things, I gotta see a doctor this week or sometime this week or next week, or I forget. They got to make the appointments to actually, so I can, I got a lot of thinking to do for something I want to do lately. Second thing I was doing Saturday, every so often I go online and I look up property in Oklahoma, and I was looking for land, and I just typed between, I don't want to spend a lot. I was just looking for something to where if something happens to my stepdad, I immediately got a place to go. And so I saw this house, and it's like a total fixer. I mean, it's huge. It's got 3 bedrooms, only 1 bath, but it needs a lot of work. But it was only 20. It was 20,500. So I checked it out, and I only asked for 25,000, and I got approved like instantly. So I was like, okay, at least. And I told them, like, it's a second house. I'm not going to be living there. And they said, doesn't matter. You're approved. Whatever. So looking at purchase. I sent in an offer for $20,000 on this property, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Um. So yeah, we will definitely see what happens. It's got a huge yard, so that way Donnie and Panda and Woody, my stepdad's dog, would love it. Um, I don't think it would. I don't like the floor plan too much, but I think I would just use it until I buy. Once it was paid off, buy another house and rent that one out. That would be my goal, at least. That would be my goal. Anyways, let's get going. Let's get going with the show. Let me say hi here to make sure everybody can see it. Hi. And it works. Okay, hi over here. Make sure it goes to everybody. Let's get. Oh wait, I didn't set this up yet. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Entire screen, and let's go over here to X, as we always do. What we do about this? Like we always do about this time. That's how it goes. Okay, real quick. This is a warning, folks. I'm about to show you a video that is very upsetting. It's very upsetting to me. At first, I said, I'm not going to show this video. I'm not going to show it. But then I feel like I have to. So, because I want to ask everybody, what the hell is this world coming to? What the heck is this world coming to? This is a disgusting video. They don't show you anything disgusting, but what they talk about is disgusting. So it says a baby with an umbilical cord still attached found in a dumpster in North Austin, Texas. And I've always wanted to be a dad, you know. But all the doctors said if I have a baby, it's going to be disabled like me. So I decided I was never going to have a kid. We tried to adopt one time, and we were almost there, but it was a Native American baby with what's called alcohol fetal syndrome because the mother was drinking, and the baby would only drink from a beer bottle. So that didn't fall through because the tribe that she was with said we're not letting a white person have our baby. But my wife was Mexican and her mom is part Indian, so anyways, that's old news. So let's watch this video. It's a little long. It's very sad, but I feel like we need to show you to see how bad our country is getting. We're turning into a third world country, and I haven't seen this. I just read it.
Just seeing her just covered in blood like that and dirt and trash, like she just wasn't nothing, hurt me. The way that she was found in the trash can upside down with her head facing the trash can hurt me. Me trying to open up her eye, and I couldn't open her eye, just broke me. Like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, is she dying on me? Like, my ex-boyfriend came to my house and was like,
she found the baby.
A baby in the trash can, and I was like, you're lying. And then I ran out here with no shoes and told him get the blanket and grab the baby out the trash can, and I just started doing compressions on the baby's chest, just due to the fact that she looked like she was losing life. And we caught the
That's amazing about this lady, though. What this lady did is amazing.
We took her. She's still alive. She's great. She's a baby girl.
Was she crying when you got to her?
She was crying in the trash can. That's how they heard her cry. So she saved herself before anybody could save her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Based on the condition you found her in, do you have any idea how long she had been in there?
She had to been there like maybe since overnight. Maybe
wow.
2-3 in the morning had to been. I mean,
it will get some, won't it?
I mean, just,
it will.
She was definitely born today.
I'm so upset. This is so upsetting, but
September 20th, baby, for sure. I mean,
once again, for those who just got here, I wasn't going to share this story, but it's just too heartbreaking. Number one, and I can't believe stuff like this is happening in our country. I just can't. It's disgusting that somebody would do this to their baby. Especially when, I mean, there's so many people that would have adopted that baby. You know, I know I could personally take care of a baby, but I don't think I could get adopted because I'm disabled and like my doctors have me. You know, I mean, if I could adopt that baby, I would. Like, I put in an application right now, but I don't think I can because of my disabilities and stuff. You're right. I never thought about that, Gavin. I mean, get some angels do walk among us, don't they? Okay, I'm gonna finish the.
You could tell she umbilical cord still there. She had to had her overnight.
Here you want to say to the mother?
You're sorry.
Wow. Good.
You know, there's people out here that literally can't have kids.
Like me.
That wish they can. and you're dumping kids in the trash can. I mean, like I said, it's not illegal to take your child to a fire station and drop them off. It's not. I mean, you
Right?
could have knocked on someone's door, like anything, but throwing the baby in the trash is just insane.
She was covered in blood. What was it like seeing the little helpless baby? What did she look like when you saw her? And how does this do?
Poor woman.
I felt hurt just seeing her just covered in blood like that.
What
and
would you
dirt
do?
And trash, like she just wasn't nothing. Hurt me. The way that she was found in the trash can upside down with her head facing the trash can hurt me. Me trying to open up her eye, and I couldn't open her eye. Just broke me. Like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, is she dying on me? Like,
She saved her life, though.
her other
That's
eye
the
just
good
started
part
rolling
for her to
the
think
back of
about.
her head, and I'm just like, please stay with me. I'm hitting her chest, just like talking to her. And I think when she started hearing it was a mother's voice or a female's voice, it kind of like she kind of felt that, or heard that, and she knew she was safe at that point. You know what I mean? And I felt like she was just holding on for us. You know what I'm saying? She was just holding on because she knew she still had potential in this life, and I'm just thankful and grateful that she's healthy.
Or newborn.
For her to be a newborn and still have an umbilical cord that long, I mean, and been in this hot trash can. I mean, it was hot. My feet are
Yeah,
black
Austin. I mean, how hot is it in
from
Austin today?
running to her. Running from my home, and they told me she was in the trash can. Like, I ran. I didn't care how hot it was. If the
God bless
concrete
this
was
woman,
hot,
right?
I can only imagine what that metal container trash can was like.
Wow. That woman should get custody. She'd be a hell of a mother. I agree. Get some. I do agree. Thank God she was there, and thank God she knew what to do with the CPR while the police and the ambulance were coming. God bless this young lady. God bless that little baby. Let's everybody say a prayer for that baby tonight. That's crazy. Very crazy. I hear Donnie crying outside. I hope he's not stuck. MAGA victory, says Brianna Morello. President Trump says Uzbekistan has signed an $8 billion plus deal with the American company Boeing. This deal will create 35,000 jobs. $8 billion. Earlier this month, I spoke with the highly respected president of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev. I'm guessing I'm close. Today, I want to congratulate President Mirziyoyev on signing a great deal with Boeing worth over $8 billion. Uzbekistan Airways is purchasing 22,787 Dreamliners. That number doesn't sound right. I mean, but for the money maybe, but I mean, we got to look up how big this country is, right? This one says mid-90s. That's how high it would be today. This will create over 35,000 jobs. As a matter of we'll continue to work together. Okay, so I got to look this up now. You know me. Let's see. Uzbekistan. Let's see how big Uzbekistan is. Well, I guess that their airlines are not just gonna fly. So it's a Central Asian nation and a former Soviet republic known for historic Silk Road cities like Samarkand, Bukhara, and Tashkent, which feature stunning Islamic architecture since declaring independence in 1991. How many people are in there in this state? Central Asia, Silk Road. Where's the population? The economy is expanding with notable growth in foreign trade. Flag. What's the population? And how can they afford $8 billion? I mean, they're a country, so $8 billion to a country, I guess, isn't too much. Population of more than 37.6 million people, making it the most populous country in Central Asia. Okay, interesting. Now, let's see. Boeing Dreamliner, 787 Dreamliner, commercial aircraft. Where's the composite materials? Hold on. Let's see how much it costs. How about this cost? $248 million for one to around 333 million. Okay, so let's do this copy. V times 248 million. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way. That doesn't make sense. So there's some kind of a mistake here. 22,007. I don't believe that's so there's some kind of a mistake there, right? Am I not right? Am I not wrong? Anyways, so get this. Good thing to know here. President Trump has signed an order to officially designate Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. So I wonder, up there in Portland, I wonder what's going to happen up there. What do you guys think? Do you think that, how long will it take them? I mean, if you just say I'm Antifa, can you get arrested? Or we're going to have to see how this works out here. That's going to be pretty interesting. This is very disturbing also. Another one, and it's about kids again. Says this woman's 6-year-old son expressed conservative values in his classroom. The teacher created a certificate for him that said most likely to become a dictator. You can't make this stuff up, folks. I wonder what city this is in. Get some, by the way. I'm about to put in an offer on a house in Blackwell, Oklahoma. It's a fixer-upper, most likely going to be a rental property, but you never know. So let's see what this is going on here.
My son, 6 years old, was prohibited from sitting next to his friend on the school bus because a parent objected to my perspectives on book challenges. My older son's history teacher allowed students to label him a Nazi file simply for his interest in history and participation in ROTC.
Whoa.
She later nominated my son as the most likely to become a dictator and had his classmates vote on it and try to force him to the front of the class to receive the certificate, which he rightly refused.
Wow.
All because of his conservative values and our perspectives.
Thank you.
State Board of Education. Does it say where this is? Wait a minute. Does that say Alaska? Does that say Alaska? Let's see where this is. It doesn't. State Board, but that sure did look like it says Alaska right there. No. Maybe that's just a number. Who knows? I'll have to ask Boris just in case it is. So, y'all know Keith Olbermann, wash up, wannabe, trying to get back into the limelight. He just posted, "You're next, motherfucker," to Scott Jennings, but keep mugging to the camera. And so what I found out is that Scott Jennings has reported this to the authorities and is looking into going after him. All right, so we all know what happened I'm sure you all know what happened with Jimmy Kimmel. He was taken off the air for some comments he made about Charlie Kirk, which I didn't find the ones that he got kicked off for awful, but he's still a piece of shit guy, right? And he's been doing a lot of this, stuff, and his show ratings were going down. Well, look at this. So they are now announcing that he is back. So he comes back, I believe, tomorrow night, and Gavin Newsom will be his first guest on the show. The reason, I really don't care much about this, but it shows you something, folks. And here's what it shows you. ABC took him down. I think that they used this as a scapegoat to take him down because his show wasn't making money. But then when people started complaining, they bring him back. So they don't care about what he did. What's up, Sneaky Pete? What's happening? So ABC doesn't care about what he said or not. They took him down because of the outrage, and now they brought him back because of the outrage. This just shows you that Disney and ABC are just a bunch of people that only want to see their bottom line taken care of. They could care less what you or I think. They just want their cash. So, and Gavin Newsom is not. I mean, it's gonna be his next show guest tomorrow night on the Bring Back. So I can imagine the amount of Trump jokes that are gonna be on there tomorrow, especially from this douchebag over here. I mean, he looks like a slime ball, and people just don't see it. I don't know why. I just don't know why nobody sees it. But it is that way. It is that way. Hope everything's good over there, Sneaky Pete. Sneaky Pete. So here is the next part of this though. So Sinclair Broadcast Group, which has dozens of ABC affiliate stations, said, "Well, we're not going to air Jimmy Kimmel's show when it returns on Tuesday." They said, "Nope, not at all." Sneaky says, "Yeah, they said they took him down because what he said was a lie, and he was warned an hour before the show to not say it, and he did it anyways." Interesting. I never saw that, but that's very interesting. Yeah, they're bringing him back, Sneaky Pete. They're bringing him back tomorrow night, and his first guest will be Gavin Newsom. Yeah, Gavin Newsom. I don't know. So I know this is just a performance, but would you consider this a threat, or what would you consider? I mean, it's obviously something that's not in good taste. But the performers at Riot Fest in Chicago, Illinois, simulated the bloody disembowelment of President Trump on stage while people cheered. So let's watch this quick, short little video. I mean, it's their free speech to do, right? But I'm just curious, is this considered a threat? So that this might not be under free speech. I don't know about you, but it's kind of interesting. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know what, so many of these groups and stuff and people that are famous are doing this kind of stuff. And I think they're doing it just to try and get likes and views. Just like, here's the other thing. There's so many people nowadays that I was a Democrat, and because of this Charlie Kirk stuff, I am now switching to conservative. And everybody is sharing these videos, and I don't share it. And the reason why I don't share them is this: I think that they're all just I think they're doing it just for likes and views. I don't know. I really don't know. What's going on here? Let's see. There we go. So this is some liberal lady messing with ICE. So let's watch it. Oh, he's very much helping our community right now. Signal Hill. That's in San Francisco. Signal Hill, or it could be in LA. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Just insane. I mean, they don't really know how they're being helped out. And here's another thing when you think about it. There's always the saying that well, let's see what happened before the video, because a lot of times they show videos and you don't know what provoked the person and this and that. Well, same thing here. This woman just shows up. She doesn't know why that they're talking to him. They're just at their ICE. What if this man did something illegally? I don't know. He could have done something very illegal that they don't know about. So they shouldn't just be jumping in the cop's face, right? Anyways. So breaking news, President Trump's Federal Drug Administration recommends that babies have their vaccine spread out rather than receiving them all at once. Okay, so I do think this is something, I don't know enough about vaccines anymore, but the new vaccines that are coming out, I don't trust. I am somebody who's been infected by chemicals that the government has used. So number one, I would just think giving somebody, I don't know, what are they giving me, like 20 or 30 vaccines in once? That doesn't sound like a good idea, right? Even my dogs, they don't do that with the vaccine. They're like, okay, we're gonna give you these 2 today, but then you got to come back next week for these other 2 because we don't want to mix too many at one time. So are my vet better doctors for my dogs than for adult than the adult doctors are? I don't know. Still something interesting. So Adam Schiff says Donald Trump wants you to be afraid. And of course I had to say, oh, just like the Democrats, including you, wanted all conservatives to be afraid by arresting people for being at the Capitol on January 6th. But let's see what this douchebag is slimeball is saying.
There's a lot of reasons for hope in what we're seeing. I mean, just today, the fact that the court threw out this phony baloney propaganda lawsuit by the president against the New York Times, and not just threw it out, but castigated it, shows, okay.
Let me guess, was it a Democrat judge?
At the district level, there's still some independence. There's still a check and balance. That's working. Seeing people take to the streets to protest the militarization of Washington, D.C. Thousands of people taking the streets, or millions of people taking.
You know what? I just brought my 3D printer back over to the house. I brought my 3D printer back over, and I need to clean it up because it's been off for a while and do some repairs. Let's see, what can we buy? What can we make with Adam Schiff on it? Let's see. No, I want to search all. Let's see, SCHIFF. Let's see what we can find that we could print up. Oh, let me make this a little bit bigger here. Well, let's see what we can find. Schiff. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to do with Schiff. That's both. So Adam Schiff. Let's see if there's anything. Blood Soul Man. No. Adam Hunter. Adam Weiss. Adam Bomb. Adam Warlock. Darn it. Okay, let's put it in parentheses so that way it has to be, say, Adam Schiff directly. Nothing. Gosh darn it. Okay. But I learned that we can make light boxes now with my 3D printer. So maybe I'll make like an Adam Schiff light box. Hold on. It's in my emails. Let me find it. Restream at the bottom. Here we go. Light box maker. Okay. Damn Bamboo Labs. Shit. Never mind. I'm not going to go through all this shit. I'll check it out later. But so you can make these light boxes. So you can take any picture and put it on the light box. So maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe that's what we'll do. You think it's probably, I wouldn't doubt if it's Biden appointed, of course. So the Red Libertarian says, I was reliably told that Donald Trump fascistly banned Jimmy Kimmel with his bare hands. How could Disney overpower literally Hitler like this? She's being a joke because she's a Donald Trump fan. Because Jimmy Kimmel's show will return on ABC Tuesday after it was suspended following the comments on Charlie Kirk. Dumbass. Oh, this is good. This is at the press conference today.
Yeah, Brian, please.
Medical professionals have
No. I said, no, not you. You're CNN. You're fake news. Go ahead, Brian.
I love it. Love it. No. You're CNN fake news. And of course, you know that the liberals are going to be showing that on TV now. Can you believe they're doing this and blah, blah, blah. And he's censoring. Just like, they're all complaining about censoring with Jimmy Kimmel and stuff like that, right? What about me? I'm just a little teeny tiny streamer on YouTube, but I was kicked off many times. Many times. In fact, I'm kicked off right now. Where do they don't care about me, right, Sneaky Pete? By the way, I'm looking at buying a fixer-upper house, Sneaky Pete, in Oklahoma. And basically, after seeing it, I'm buying it just for the land. Although certain parts of it can be saved. It's on a corner lot. But but it's got a huge yard. You know what? In fact, I'll show you. It's just you and me here. Where is this? Oh, here we go. I'm gonna download these videos. They saved them. Where did they save them to? Probably downloads, I would guess. What do you think? Downloads. My list. Today. Nope, they didn't go there. Maybe here. Sorry, I gotta date modified. Nope, it's not there. Maybe here. There's so many different places it could go to. Oh, there's got to be a recent downloads, right? Downloads. Here we go. Let's see. September 17th. Today's the 22nd. Okay, well, I guess I'll just play it another way. Oh, here we go.
Okay. So this is 737.
Hold on. Let me bring it over here. We'll make it bigger. We'll just do it this way. Let's see. You stayed in Facebook jail off and on for almost a year. Right? I actually was, the minute I came out with that, when I was on, what do you call it? When I was on 4 Hours at the Capitol, I was immediately kicked off. Okay, let me turn the volume down on this because he seemed pretty loud. And like I said, I'm just looking at this property basically for the land.
In a couple of videos. It's on Main Street here in Blackwell, Oklahoma.
So it's Blackwell, Oklahoma. Looks pretty quiet. Look at the
backyard.
property. So it's got a fence around it already, even though I think Donnie could jump over that. What am I talking about? I know Donnie could jump over that.
It is fenced around. It doesn't have the gate back there.
It's got an alley. Okay, so that's one video.
There's this side. Foliage all grown up. Here's what the roof looks like. So I always like to show as much as I can on videos like this, so you can see everything there is before you buy something remotely.
Yeah, I do. You notice? I know they don't have it anymore. So this is a bad issue right here. This is definitely a bad issue.
Here's an issue.
And I talked to him about it, and he said actually when he walked on the floor it wasn't that bad. But this is all got to be rejoiced right there. All need new joists. I mean, look at it's some shitty siding and stuff, right? Everything's shitty on it. But like I said, it's a remodel. A total remodel. But I want the land mostly. But I found it interesting because it's got a lot of. I mean, not the foundation, but the it's huge. It's actually bigger than I thought it was. So I'm glad he showed me the video because I thought it was just one side. I thought this was the garage. In fact, it actually has a pretty decent sized garage. My truck will fit in there. You know, I got to go sideways, but my truck will fit in the garage. I mean, look, it's all shitty siding. That has to be redone. Right? But the backyard, it's got an air conditioner unit on there.
South side of the house.
I mean, the roof actually looks decent. I think the reason why they had the water issues is because the siding is bad. Or there was a leak, maybe.
Okay, now for the inside.
So this looks like shit inside. I'm going to tell you guys right now.
Room.
It's got that 80s freaking veneer. Looks like they ripped up all the tile. It's gas, though. I like the fact that it's gas. That's a plus. I mean, the whole ceiling's got to be redone, of course. But like I said, I'm thinking about just tearing it down and just building, just putting, you know, or maybe just remodeling it. I don't know. Depends on the structure. So you got a water heater section right here.
This house was actually rented out not too long ago.
So he says the house was rented out not too long ago. Washer and dryer set up.
Water and sewer and
Oh, it's an electric dryer though.
I believe that it
I'm gonna have to swap that out for gas.
worked.
So this is like a.
So here's
This
a
is where I can
room
put
that
my
was
studio or something.
added on to connect the house to the garage.
And I know it's all not done. I get it. Like I said though, it's a piece of junk, but I'm doing it for the land mostly. But look at the garage. I kind of like the garage.
Doors are all locked.
So
Single car,
so it's single
door.
car, right?
Almost 2 cars wide.
So what I could do is I could just pull my truck in and angle it this way because a normal garage. Wait, maybe it might be long enough to fit my truck and my scooter on the back. Let's see. Actually, that's probably long enough to fit my truck and my scooter on the back. Now that I look at it.
And going back through the utility area, through the garage, or through the kitchen.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Back through the front room, down the hallway here.
And he's being really good about showing me
kitchen,
everything.
or the bathroom.
So the bathroom's in a remodel state. All right. So this is the room that had the foundation problem underneath it. And when I talked to him, he's like, when I walked in the room, you couldn't tell that there was the floor joists were bad.
First bedroom. All the way down to the second bedroom here. Smaller room. A nice size room. And then this would be the master, which at some point was more than likely added on to the house.
See the cracks in the foundation though? That's
long time ago.
worrisome.
Maybe even before I was born.
Well, like I
This is
said,
the
I might
master.
just tear it all down.
Double closet down there. Back through the hallway.
I mean, it's
And that is
huge.
737 West Doolan in Blackwell, Oklahoma.
So, like I said, it's definitely needs a lot of work. But I put in an offer for $20K. He said he's gonna probably turn it in tomorrow. He's waiting for a response from them, and so I mean, I've already got I've already been approved by a USAA, so I already got the loan, pre-approval. I should say, but I mean, $20K for a piece of property that's that big. It's got a power ran to it already. It's got electric, sewer, water to it. Gas ran to it. For 20, if they take my offer for $20K, then I'm gonna buy it. If you know they're asking $27,500 for it. So if they how many acres is it? Oh my goodness. Let me look real quick. And I get it. It's in Oklahoma, so of course it's going to be cheaper there. But still, for $20,000, and maybe I could even rent it out if it came down. If I could fix it up. He said somebody was just renting it, so you never know. Where is it? Oh, here. Oh no, that's not it. Didn't I? No, I didn't give it to him. Okay, he sent me the address. 7. Let me look up the address again. Copy address. That way we can see how much it actually is. 1,460 square foot is the house. And the actual lot is right off 0.32 acres. So it's a little over a quarter acre. It's a little over a quarter acre. So, I mean, they're saying $170 a month at $27,500. I offered them 20. So, Be a lot less. I'm already pre-qualified, so why not, right? If I can turn it into a like a, it's basically for backup. If something happens to my stepdad, I don't have to worry about trying to find a place to go live. So see, it's right on the corner of the lot. If he said one of these streets is Main Street there. Well, see, it's Highway 11. Okay, so it's got like Highway 11 on there. Let's see what it looks like. That's not much land. It still looked pretty big though to me. Oh, look, the person that had it before has a Dodge too. So this is the side. It's got an alley. Oops. Where am I now? Where do we go? That's 8th Street. Oh, this is it right here. So this is the back. The back. It looks big, right? Doesn't it? So there's that truck, right? Oh, wait, we gotta go here more. Go right to here. So it goes way back there. I mean, it looks big. Let's see what's around the town here. 10K an acre in Georgia. So the problem is though, my lender, they don't do hey, look, it's got a Walmart right there. What other stores do we have here? We got a Walmart, O'Reilly Dentist, Shopping Center, Farm Bureau Insurance, Super 8, which I don't stay at, Tire, Napa, Pizza and Subs. It's got, how big is it? The town. It's a pretty small town. It's got an RV park. It's about 45 minutes, I think, or so from OKC. But it's got a lake nearby. I don't know. Anyways, we'll see what happens. I actually have a friend of mine who was looking at it for me into it. All right, let's see here. Let's see what Caroline Levitt is doing here.
Did the president ask the Justice Department to close the case? And does Holman have to return the $50,000?
Well, Mr. Holman never took the $50,000 that you're referring to, so you should get your facts straight, number one. Number two, this was another example of the weaponization of the Biden Department of Justice against one of President Trump's strongest and most vocal supporters in the midst of a presidential campaign. You had FBI agents going undercover to try and entrap one of the president's top allies and supporters, someone who they knew very well would be taking a government position months later. Mr. Holman did absolutely nothing wrong. And even the president's Department of Justice, even Kash Patel's FBI, looked into this just to make sure. They had a number of different prosecutors and FBI agents who looked into this. They found zero evidence of illegal activity or criminal wrongdoing.
Of course they
in the
did.
White House, and the president stand by Tom Homan 100% because he did absolutely nothing wrong. And he is a brave public servant who has done a phenomenal job in helping the president shut down the border.
Yeah, I can do most of it myself. So this is what they're talking about. Tom Homan. There's a story out saying that he took $50,000 as a bribe from undercover FBI agents. This is just another hit piece. Why are you breathing so hard, Donnie? He's breathing hard. It's just another hit piece, though, by the news to make President Trump and ICE look bad. What is this about? Letitia James. She's talking about Letitia James.
Let me just walk you through Letitia James. Letitia James completely abused her oath of office. Letitia James was actively and openly engaged in lawfare. You talk about weaponizing the Department of Justice. What was Letitia James's campaign slogan? It was prosecute Donald Trump. She was saying she was going to prosecute Donald Trump before she even knew if Donald Trump committed a crime, which of course we did not. Those are not the words of a serious prosecutor. Those are the words of a corrupt politician who is abusing their power. She actively campaigned on that. She also led the witch hunt, the financial fraud investigation against President Trump and the Trump Organization, in an appeals court tossed that case out, a $500 million civil fraud penalty in August, which was another win for the president, and exonerated him of this witch hunt. And
So Steve P says they're saying he walked in a restaurant and they handed him a bag with $50,000 in it. That just doesn't there's no proof though. There's no, if the FBI did that, and this was when Biden, they're saying it was, if I remember correctly, was when Biden was still in office. Don't you think he would have been arrested by now? Don't you think?
know that this is an individual who is corrupt and abused her oath of office. And we also have evidence of her mortgage fraud. An April report from a white-collar fraud investigator found that there was documented evidence that James engaged in a consistent pattern of financial and property disclosures that raise serious legal questions.
And real quick, just because all this stuff is going on, when my mortgage lender, they said, okay, is this going to be your primary residence? I said, no, this is not going to be my primary residence. This is going to be a second home. And they said, okay, perfect. Good to know. So I did not do the tax break for.
But why won't the president accept the conclusions of his Justice Department to not bring charges against Letitia James? In fact, you had Bondi and Blanche, top DOJ leadership, who were against ousting Eric Siebert, who again was picked by President Trump.
I just answered that question for you, and the president has every right to express how he feels about these people who literally campaigned on trying to put him in jail, who literally tried to ruin his life and ruin his businesses, and he wants to see accountability for those who abuse their office and abuse their power. And Letitia James absolutely did that, whether you want to admit it or not.
Is that not
Jeff,
retribution, though?
Jeff, it's accountability. Let me just...
Okay, that's funny. That's funny, Sneaky Pete. What did they tell him to do? Go into the restaurant and tell him you want the burger meal from the secret menu, and then they hand you a bag with cash. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's funny. That's pretty funny there, Sneaky Pete. Okay, so Rumble, they have a new logo now, and I'm looking at my phone, and the chat is a lot smaller. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, to be clear, we would not comply with Gavin. So Gavin Newsom, here's what he did. Gavin Newsom put in this law that says, hey, blah, 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 we're gonna, if you wear a mask when you are, I didn't see your text. If you wear a mask when you're an ICE agent, then we will go ahead and you'll be, it's against the law to wear a mask, basically, is what they're saying. And I'm thinking, well, they're federal. You're only state. How can they do this? But let's watch the news story and see how it's going for, because there's no way they're going to fall for it, right?
I'll be signing a bill, the first in the nation, saying enough. ICE, unmask. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
And here's what the acting U.S. Attorney for the Central District of California, Bill Asaley, said. The state of California has no jurisdiction of the federal government. If Newsom wants to regulate our agents, he must go through Congress. I've directed our federal agencies that the law signed today has no effect on our operations. Our agents will continue to protect their identities. When can we expect California to pass a law banning Antifa members from wearing masks while committing state and federal crimes? I'll wait. I guess safe to say that federal authorities are not going to abide by this California law.
Yeah, we will not be complying. It's unconstitutional. And by the way, why do ICE law enforcement wear masks? Not only are they facing 1,000% increase in assaults against them, largely because of the rhetoric of these politicians, likening them to the Gestapo, to the Nazis. This law, in fact, was called the No Secret Police law. Why is that? Because they're likening our ICE law enforcement to
they're
Nazis.
pro.
What did Americans
they want
do
people
in
to
the
get
Second
arrested
World War?
so they
We
can
went to war with the
claim
Nazis and we
racism.
killed the Nazis. That is what Gavin Newsom is doing. He's giving a permission slip and he's encouraging violence against our ICE law enforcement officers. It's despicable. And I do think it's worth mentioning that just an hour before this press conference, him and his team issued a threatening post against Secretary Noel.
Hey, what was that all about?
It
Yeah, I saw
seemed
that.
very menacing, and I think it was pretty disturbing to see. I'm glad on both sides, from the left and the right, that we've seen condemnation of that statement. But it's really inappropriate, especially in the current political environment where we're seeing so much violence. It has to stop.
It does. It does. Okay, so with that I just showed you, here's something else, because Sneaky Pete sent me this over the weekend, and I was gonna look into it, but I didn't. So let's look at it. Let's look into this thing together. Hold on. Oh, I should look up and see if they have a Taco Bell.
It
and a
is
Jack in the
Saturday,
Box
September
near
20th,
that
and some
place.
big news coming out of the Golden State, the state of California, passing in both their assembly.
So I don't know who this
and
person
the
is. I've never
Senate
heard of
the
him.
most censorious bill ever. I mean, you have to see this to believe it. The punishments, the fines that come with breaking this new California law, you won't believe it. Also, President Trump striking his third Venezuelan drug boat with kinetic force, and Secret Service
he's definitely a
ramping up
slime ball.
protection for Charlie Kirk's funeral and memorial service. We'll show you all of it.
Unmarked cars, people en masse, people quite literally disappearing, no due process, no rights in a democracy where we have rights. Immigrants have rights. And we...
Oh, by the way, I just gotta say it because I'm excited. I was supposed to be here last Friday, but this morning, my new iPhone 17 Pro Max shipped. I get it Wednesday. I can't wait.
have the right to stand up and push back. And that's what we're doing here today. This is a disgrace. This is an outrage, what we have allowed to happen in this country.
No, you're an outrage. Stupid commercial.
Score
And by
big
the way,
savings
folks,
and
I don't know if
watch live
all
NFL
places are
games
doing
this
this,
season.
but I have Verizon, so they have, as long as your phone is paid off, which mine was, then they will give you $1,100 credit towards the new iPhone 17. I think and it was like $1,150, so I only had to pay. I'm only paying $50 for the phone. So if you have Verizon and your phone is paid off and you want to get the new iPhone, then go ahead and get it, because it's only going to cost you you got to pay the taxes, of course. But other than that,
And I could not be more proud of this legislature, the legislative authors, to the
Isn't that
community
Rob Bonta
demanding
or whatever
more
the hell his
from
name
all
is?
of us at this moment to push back.
So with
let's see how many different racial profiles we can get on the stage.
everything happening over the last 2
No, they
weeks,
can't,
everything
Sneaky Pete.
around freedom of speech, Charlie Kirk
can't.
being killed over his speech, over debating in public, a
Just get to
left-wing
what I'm looking
mad
for.
conversation on free speech, something nobody seems to be
Oh, here we
talking
go.
about, happening in the background while none of us are paying attention. The bluest state in the country, California, just passed the most censorious bill ever to be introduced in this country, SB 771.
Okay, SB 771. That's what we got to look up. Okay, SB 771, California. So it's the Personal Rights Liability Social Media Platforms Bill was passed by the state legislature in September 2025, and pending the governor's signature will become operative on January 1st, 2027. The bill aims to hold large social media companies civilly liable when the algorithms intentionally or recklessly amplify content that aids or abets civil rights violations. Okay, so this is not the way that guy was explaining it. So this is totally different. It passed on September 11th, awaiting signature. Proposed to hold social media platforms with over $100 million in annual revenue liable if their algorithms are used to assist in violate. Okay, so that's different from so I'm glad I looked this up. I'm really glad I looked this up. These existing laws prohibit violence or intimidation. If the algorithms aid in such violations, penalty for intentional violations could reach $1 million, while reckless violations could incur penalties up to $500,000. Penalties can be doubled. Supporters like Simon Wiesenthal Center to hold the platform. So they're holding platforms, okay, liable, not people. Okay, that makes a huge difference. So I gotta let I think platforms do need to be held responsible. Okay, let me let Boris know real quick. Was it Boris or where did it get some? Hold on one second. That bill holds social media companies liable, not the person who said it. There we go. All right. We got that taken care of. At least that's what I seen. Did you guys see anything different while we were reading this? I don't know. I could, sometimes things go wrong. Anyways, Carolyn Levitt is totally being the boss that she is today.
President on exactly what that announcement entails.
On a different topic, going back to the president's social media post from over the weekend regarding the DOJ and his seeming frustration that they hadn't taken action quickly enough. I want to point to something that the president said during his inaugural address. Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. We will not allow that to happen. Is the president going back on his promise?
No. In fact, the president is fulfilling his promise to restore a Department of Justice that demands accountability. And it is not weaponizing the Department of Justice to demand accountability for those who weaponized the Department of Justice. And nobody knows what that looks like more than President Trump. We are not going to tolerate gaslighting from anyone in the media or from anyone on the other side who is trying to say that it's the president who is weaponizing the DOJ. It was Joe Biden and his attorney general who weaponized the DOJ. Joe Biden used this sacred American institution to go after his political opponent in the middle of an election year. And you look at people like Adam Schiff and like James Comey and like Letitia James, who the president is rightfully frustrated. He wants accountability for these corrupt fraudsters who abused their power, who abused their oath of office to target the former president and then candidate for the highest office in the land. And I think the president is reaffirmed in those frustrations and his hope for accountability by the millions and millions of people who reelected him to this office with a mandate to demand accountability. And the president has not been shy about this, Gabe. In fact, when he traveled to the Department of Justice earlier this year, all of you were there to cover it. He said, quote, I demand a full and complete accountability for wrongs and abuses that have occurred. The American people gave a mandate to investigate and root the corruption out of our system. And that's what the president wants to see done.
Carolyn.
Ed.
On the autism issue again, there are reams of scientific.
Sorry, hold on one second. We got to give Donnie his medicine. There you go, Papa. Oh, boy. He's still taking his they lowered his thyroid medicine, and he's been a little bit calmer the last couple of days, and I hope it's not a bad thing. Here we go. Antifa is now a terrorist group, which is good.
The president intends to sign that executive order soon, as soon as it's drafted, as soon as today, later this afternoon.
He signed it.
And this is something the president campaigned on because we have seen a rise in violence perpetuated by Antifa radical people across this country who subscribe to this group. And unfortunately, it's gone widely uncovered by many in the legacy media. It also went completely ignored by the previous administration. Not anymore. Not only, as you mentioned, were the bullet casings subscribed with Antifa mottos, if you will, in the heinous assassination of Charlie, but there have also been more examples than I could read off for you here in this briefing room today of violence from Antifa. I will just read a few. In July 2025, several members of an Antifa cell ambushed and opened fire on officers at an ICE facility in Alvarado, Texas, shooting one officer in the neck. Also in July 2025, 3 Antifa members were charged with assaulting a police officer during a violent riot outside an ICE facility in Portland, which for weeks prior had been under siege from the local Antifa terror cell. In February 2024, a transgender Antifa terrorist detonated an explosive device outside of the office of the Republican Attorney General of Alabama. In July 2023, Antifa members linked to abortionist group Jane's Revenge firebombed.
Anyways, that's good. Hopefully now they'll actually do something about Antifa instead of making us citizens do it. Because, yeah, us citizens shouldn't be the one having to do it, if you ask me. Close the borders. If you're living here illegally in taxpayer Section 8 housing, then you've got 30 days to self-deport. According to the Secretary, Scott Turner has you involuntarily deported. There are more than 100,000 illegals living in taxpayer-subsidized housing. Time to go. How are this many people that are legal here getting housing? What about, there's a lot of Americans who need housing and they're giving it to these freaking illegals? I mean, what the hell? Today, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development is taking another direct and forceful action to steward taxpayer dollars wisely and end the subsidization of our open border policy. Within 30 days of the receipt of this notice, HUD is requesting that every public housing authority provide a full and comprehensive accounting of all tenants who are receiving a Section 8 voucher and or residing in HUD-funded housing. HUD is requiring the name, the mailing address, number of bedrooms, the cost of the unit, and proof of American citizenship or eligible immigration status as defined by law. This information is required by law, and this administration is upholding the law to its fullest extent. Good. Good. No longer will illegal aliens be able to leave citizenship boxes blank or take advantage of HUD-funded housing, riding the coattails of hardworking American citizens. I actually think there's some Americans that should be taken off it as well. But here's the good thing. By taking these people off, we're saving money, which we could then spend on the people who actually need the help. Okay, we already just watched about Tom Homan. We are launching an investigation into ABC, Sinclair, and FCC. Let's see why. And this is Congressman Robert Garcia, who's a Democrat. He's a Democrat.
Look, I think the idea that
it's on MSNBC.
Donald Trump can likely make a call to the FCC or to Mr. Carr, the chairman of the FCC, and then work through Sinclair and all these stations to pull a talk show. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel is a talk show host comedian who during a monologue gave an opinion. And he's going to lose his show over that. This is an immense overreach by the president.
The president didn't do it. ABC fired him. Shut up. Nadler mistakes budget vote for end of times. Okay, we got to see what this dumbass.
I just got off the floor where I voted no on the Republicans' continuing resolution. Donald Trump and congressional Republicans have been inflicting pain on working Americans for 8 months. The big ugly bill ripped away health care from 15 million Americans.
Not Americans, illegal aliens. Get that right.
In order to pay for tax cuts for billionaires. And they're driving up costs on everyone else. Now they're refusing to extend vital ACA tax credits that would help millions of Americans. Democrats introduced a continuing resolution that would keep the government open while addressing the healthcare crisis President Trump and Republican lawmakers have single-handedly created.
No, the Democrats have created. They keep talking about, earlier. Well, I'll show it later where they're talking about how hospitals are going and closing because of Republicans. Actually, it's not, and I'll explain why when we get there.
The plan would preserve coverage for millions, prevent premium spikes for tens of millions, fully fund community health centers, and continue investments in life-saving research. Instead of negotiating in good faith,
the problem is we can't trust these life-saving measures because we are pretty sure that there are kickbacks coming back
to help working families. Trump told Republicans, don't even bother dealing with the Democrats.
He's not very good at hiding the fact that they all read it. Let's be real here. Everybody reads this stuff. But, he's old.
In good conscience, vote for a Republican continuing resolution that abandons families, risks millions of
illegal aliens, not Americans,
health care, and leaves our public health system weaker. And again, the Republicans.
So once again, they're taking the money away from the illegal aliens. And there's such a large amount of illegal aliens using this healthcare, and they're taking that money away from them. And then they can put that back in the system for the people who really need it. But no, they don't want to do that. They want to totally mess with you. Yeah, well, he did. He is retired. Yeah, that's why that dumb fuck shit. He is retiring. If you hadn't heard, he's retiring, Sneaky Pete. Democrats put forward a vision to prevent a Republican shutdown, protect Congress's power of the purse, and fix the healthcare crisis caused by Trump and the Republicans. Republicans blocked it. They'd rather shut down the government than help you and your family. You know, last year, I believe it was, they did the same. You know, the Democrats said, "Oh, we're not going to vote for this," or no, the Democrats put up a bill, and the Republicans said, "We're not going to vote for this," and they blamed the Republicans. Now the Republicans are putting up the bill, and the Democrats are not going to vote for it, and they're denying voting for it. But it's still the Republicans' fault. It's never the Democrats' fault. Never is. Funny how that works, right? And if you notice today, we seen a couple different videos of news agencies saying, "Well, the president is using the DOJ to go after political opponents." Now watch this video.
One thing to understand, as people who are flirting with the Trump administration or doing the bidding of the Trump administration or engaging in the pay-to-play schemes of the Trump administration, the statute of limitations is 5 years. Donald Trump and this toxic administration will be long gone, but there will still be accountability to be had. And that process, of course, begins now, but it will not be complete until perhaps there is an independent Department of Justice, certainly an independent House of Representatives in Democratic hands. The Department of Justice is one of the great institutions in law enforcement in the history of this country. And Donald Trump and these extremists have been destroying its integrity. One thing to understand.
So he promises to weaponize the DOJ to prosecute everyone doing the bidding for the Trump administration. Funny how that works. Oh, it's our favorite person, Jazzy Crockett. Let's see what she's saying.
The New York Times reporting that the DOJ closed an investigation into the president's border czar, Tom Homan, after he allegedly accepted a bag of cash from undercover FBI agents. Now, it should say the FBI director and the deputy attorney general say they found no evidence of wrongdoing. You're a member of the House Oversight Committee. Are you going to try to get information about the investigation?
This is absolutely something that not only oversight, but judiciary should look into. And I sit as the ranking member on the subcommittee for judiciary that is oversight. So this is something that me and my team are definitely going to look into, and hopefully the chairman of that
audio
is interested in finding out what
is shitty. Now, so real quick, here's what's going to happen. What's happening, and I'll probably be 100% right, and this is just my thoughts, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right on this. So they put this story out. They're trying to make the Republicans look bad. They're trying to make Tom Homan look bad because he's the in charge of ICE. And we're never gonna, this is gonna be for a day or two. You're gonna keep hearing about this, and then we're never gonna hear about it again because it's a lie, folks. They're not showing receipts. They're not showing proof. They're just talking about it. If it was really something that happened, don't you think it would be up here? Secondly, it happened during the Biden administration. So don't you think that the FBI would have arrested him then? Just saying. Okay, this is a debate in New Jersey. I hear it got pretty good. So let's see. It's just another hit piece, right, Stinky Pete?
It doesn't matter because...
Okay, now I got to turn the volume down because CNN had chunky volume, or TikTok, or whoever did it.
I'm going to make sure that he doesn't get to serve again when I win for governor in November of this year.
There's another big difference between her public service and my public service. It actually cost me money the time I put in and took away from my company. In the 7 years that she's been in Congress, she's tripled her net worth. There's another big difference between the two of us, okay? She broke the law. She had to pay fines for violating federal law on stock trades and stock reporting, and the New York Times reports that while you're sitting on the House Armed Services Committee, you were trading defense stocks.
Jack, it doesn't matter because I'm going to make sure that he doesn't get to serve again.
Who is who here? Trump-backed GOP New Jersey governor candidate Jack. Oh, she's the Democrat. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Let's see. Bill O'Reilly has a number. So let's see if he does really have the numbers. Let's watch this.
There was something on Fox News yesterday
with Newt Gingrich that got a lot of press. And I want to play it for you because it's important. It ties in with the shaky media. Go.
Speaker Gingrich, I know you have a final thought for us.
Yeah, look, the number one problem in almost all these cities is George Soros elected.
What are people having trouble
left-wing,
chatting today?
Anti-police, pro-criminal district attorneys who refuse to keep people locked up. Just yesterday, they put somebody back on the street who's wanted for 2 different murders in New York City. You cannot solve this problem, and both Harris and Biden have talked very proudly about what they call progressive district attorneys. Progressive district attorneys are anti-police, pro-criminal, and overwhelmingly elected with George Soros's money, and they're a major cause of the violence we're seeing because they keep putting the violent criminals back on the street.
I'm not sure we need to bring George Soros into this. I was going to say you get the last word, Speaker.
He paid for it. I mean, why can't we discuss the fact that millions of dollars he spent?
I agree with Melissa. George Soros doesn't need to be a part of this conversation.
Okay. So it's verboten.
All right.
I'm lost. Sorry, I was doing a text message too.
Okay, we're going to move on.
Verboten means forbidden in German. Okay.
Yeah, she
I'm not
did
going
say
to
that.
comment on the Fox News personnel.
Right?
I'm going to tell you the truth right now because Speaker Gingrich knows the truth.
Turn this up as loud as I can.
So George Soros has donated $17 million to county races to get far left progressives into the district attorney's office. That is a
Probably.
fact. All right, $17 million. Now these are
probably
county races, so that's an enormous amount of money. In Contra Costa County, that's Oakland, California, Soros donated $275,000 to Diana Becton. She is a DA who will not prosecute looters if they're poor. She says, "Oh, they need."
Wow.
It's okay if they break into the store because they need what they're stealing. In Cook County, Illinois, that's Chicago, Kim Fox, this is a Jesse Smollett total fraud. She was in charge of that. $2 million to her. And you know what Chicago and Cook County is.
$2 million.
Philadelphia, Larry Krasner, $1.5 million from Soros to him. Krasner doesn't want to keep anybody in jail. No cash bail, nothing. Let everybody out. Violent criminals? Yeah. Okay. Philadelphia's a mess. All right. And the murder rate in the United States under these, and one more, let me give you one more. Kimberly Gardner, St. Louis, is the one that trying to prosecute the 2 husband and wife who had the gun.
Oh, St. Louis?
Protesters in their yard. Okay.
That's St. Louis, right?
68,000 from Soros to Kimberly Gardner. The national murder rate, as we reported yesterday, is up 15% from last year. In the largest cities, 26%. So Gingrich is absolutely correct. Absolutely
I
right.
don't doubt that, Sneaky Pete.
Now, none of the people on the panel seem to understand what Gingrich is talking about. I think that's fair assessment. But the rule is if you invoke the name George Soros, then you're anti-Semitic because Soros is Jewish. He's a secular Jew. He's not practicing Jew. Not that it matters. So if you say the name George Soros, you are anti-Semitic. That's what the ladies were responding. Oh, we don't need to mention George Soros. We don't want to be accused of being anti-Semitic.
Is my audio messing up or?
So why are they
is it
buying
this?
into that? This is a factual story. George Soros is using his billions of dollars to undermine the justice system in the United States, in my opinion, and in Newt Gingrich's opinion. And we have our stats to back it up. And you can't discuss that.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Let's hear Amy Klobuchar. She's from Minnesota, so what do you expect?
It has been very clear that the attorney generals of both
It's not
parties
my
have
audio.
established clear policies to ensure the White House doesn't tamper with criminal investigations and prosecutions. Do you agree with this statement?
Senator, yes, I believe that the Justice
Oh,
Department.
this is old. Okay, so Pam Bondi under oath, I believe that. So she's saying, Department of Justice must be independent and must act independently. Politics do not play a part. And well, the Democrats did this, right? She's a black racist POS. He had all the Civil War stores. She had all the Civil War statues taken down from the town square. Then she had hold on, where'd it go? Then she had the Color War Park closed. She's a straight wow, sounds like it. And that's in the county over, huh? Disgusting. Disgusting. So here we go. Here's where the Democrats are saying, look, Hakeem Jeffrey says Republicans are forcing hospitals, nursing homes, and health clinics to close. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're only taking away health care from the illegal aliens that don't deserve it. And so actually what they're doing, they're closing because illegal aliens flood the ER for simple codes because they know it will be free. You are shutting down hospitals because you put illegal aliens first. It's it's all on them. I live in California where it's mostly illegal aliens. When I go to the ER, you have to wait in there for hours, and most of the people in there don't speak English. And you can even hear the nurse. They're talking because you're in an ER. You hear them talking to the nurses, and they're like, "Yeah, I got a cold," and they're going in there for stupid stuff. When I have a cold, I don't go to the ER. I get a bowel obstruction. I'm supposed to go to the ER. I don't. They're wasting our time because they don't have insurance. So they're like, let's go to the ER, and then we'll go there and get it for free, and they don't pay. So that makes the hospitals lose money. And then what they do to make up for it is they charge us 3 times the amount so they can make up the money for the illegal aliens that are sitting there going in there and getting free healthcare. Let's see, fact check. What makes Jimmy Kimmel's mistake worse is that he insisted his ABC team thoroughly fact checked his monologues, telling viewers they could trust his jokes as fact-based. Yet when he falsely claimed Charlie Clarkson Sagan was a MAGA Republican, he never apologized or corrected the record because they don't. Because they know you'll just believe it. It's nothing we need to do now. So look at this. It was an honor to meet the new Italian ambassador, says Rosa DeLauro. Man, can you imagine? This is your first impression meeting this person. You're like, wow. Look at the psychos that are. I mean, look at her. She's an old lady with purple hair. Anyways. So Elizabeth Warren said, if you buy or rent a home or want to someday, you have to hear this. And but she's not going to show any proof. I haven't watched it yet, and I already know she's not going to show any proof because she's lying. That's all she does. She gets on her screen, and especially when there's not going to be any receipts because she's just on her phone. She's got her little ring light right there.
So I just received internal documents from whistleblowers inside the Trump administration.
Okay, she received documents from whistleblowers. Let's see them.
And if you buy or rent a home or hoping to someday, you need to hear this. So right now, if you're a mom protecting her kids from living with an abusive father, or if you're getting denied a mortgage because of the color of your skin, you have...
Okay, first off, it's illegal to not give somebody a mortgage because of their color of skin.
Civil rights protection under U.S. law. But the Trump administration has been systematically destroying these federal protections for renters and homeowners. And now, new internal documents shared with my office from whistleblowers inside the Department of Housing and
if you really have the documents, show us.
Urban Development show the extent of the Trump administration's attack on civil rights and show how the administration appears to be ignoring the law. These documents detail how the Trump administration apparently views the office that enforces civil rights protections in housing as a, quote,
I'm not going to go in because let's see. Does she show any documents? See, no documents at all. The reason why people can't afford to buy a house anymore is because companies like BlackRock are buying up all the properties so that way nobody can own a home and they have to rent them from them. And it's a company who has donated money to Elizabeth Warren. Funny how that works. But yet she's speaking up about this. Let's see. Elon is out to rule space. Why not? I mean, he's doing a good job of it. Chuck Schumer is now pushing for, let's see. Chuck Schumer is pushing for a government shutdown, yet saying last year if the government shuts down, it will be average Americans who suffer most. The seniors who rely on Social Security could be thrown into chaos. Every time they shut down the building, people still got paid, right? So shut the F up. Mazie Hirono. Last week, Maha loyalists elected by RFK Jr. upended vaccine requirements that protect us and our kids from infectious diseases. We have vaccines for a reason because they work. No! Actually, we have vaccines because politicians get kickbacks from the pharmaceutical companies because they get money to the pharmaceutical company. So in return, they give it back to them in multiple ways. Commercials to pay the news, to do stories for them that are hit pieces. Probably kickbacks, stock, stuff like that. That was the same video. Let's see. Donald Trump wants the government to decide what you can and can't watch on TV. No, he doesn't. He didn't fire Jimmy Kimmel. ABC did. I haven't heard the song. Let's see if it's a good song or not.
Up and down, counting out, smiling through the taste of blood in my own mouth. I got bruises and broken bones, but they don't know I ain't in this ring alone. I'm a fighter. No one can say that I'm a running hider. I was born to be a do-or-dyer, a make-it-righter. Don't throw that towel just yet. Don't cash in that last bet, 'cause I hit harder when I'm tired. I'm a fighter.
Pretty good song.
I get back up. That's what I do.
Trump can sing. That's crazy. This is not Donald Trump singing for sure.
Take your shot. Is that all you got? I'm a fighter. No one can say that I'm a running hider. I was born to be a do-or-dyer.
This is actually from John something. Oh, you're laughing. I get it. Okay.
But they know now. That I'm a fighter. No one could say that I'm a running hider.
I actually like it.
Don't cash in that last bet. Don't throw that towel just yet. I'm a fighter.
Speaking of this, did you notice? So I did not. I couldn't bring myself to watch the Charlie Kirk memorial. I knew it would be too upsetting for me. But did you guys notice? I did see some clips. They had full bulletproof glass all the way around all the speakers. Yeah, it was pretty good. This is from John Kahn Music. Interesting. Does anyone know where this? So this I don't share this stuff a lot, but I was trying not to. But I'm sharing this one because this woman works in healthcare, and she says that conservatives better not have a health problem because they're not. So most of them are liberals. Listen to this.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say? You better never have a medical emergency. Most of us in healthcare are liberal. Are you suggesting that you wouldn't provide medical care to somebody that doesn't share the same political views as you? And I have news for you, Carry On. There's a lot of Republicans in healthcare. We just don't ever sit and tell everybody what we are because we know we're working with people like you. Y'all are so loud and so ignorant. So loud and so
That's why I gotta watch these before I show
quietly
them.
sit and listen to you. Yeah, we listen to you. But I wonder if your employer would appreciate you going out and telling the general public that they better never have a medical emergency because you wouldn't provide care.
The heck is that circle on her forehead?
I would go out on a limb to guess that your employer
covering up a pimple,
would
maybe.
not like you representing their company, their business in that way. I mean, that's just a wild guess, a wild assumption.
And real quick, there's something I've noticed lately. Why is it that so many women now get on social media and they do their makeup and they talk to you? Why are they doing their makeup while talking to you? And people watch it. I don't get that stuff. Senator Dick Durbin says, dreamers are some of the hardest working people I've ever met. They inspire us. They fuel our economy. They make our nation stronger. Well, if they work so hard, then why don't they work that hard on getting their citizenship, huh? So apparently Meta has a big, huge... Mark Zuckerberg and Meta is putting up a big, huge... like an AI farm or whatever you want to call it, a server farm, and it's huge, but it uses a lot of water, and so Louisiana farmers are upset. So let's watch this.
I'm standing at the site of Meta's new $10 billion data center in Richland Parish, Louisiana. It'll be the largest data center the company has ever built, about the size of Manhattan. The project is already bringing about big changes to this small town way of life here.
A lot of folks are on their own, and if they are on a very strict budget, they're going to have to adapt, and if they don't, they won't make it.
I don't know that gutting 2,500 acres of land just so we can mine data so that we can better market and sell people stuff, I feel like it's getting carried away.
Why are the data centers coming to the small rural towns? They're coming here to benefit themselves. They're not coming here with intentions on benefiting the community.
Our farmers around here really rely on the water system for irrigating their crops and stuff like that. They deplete the water system. That's going to be a big problem.
In a sense, it feels like, well, yeah, they come take advantage of us poor, dumb rural folks,
So this data center is going to use about 3 times the energy that New Orleans uses in a year. I'm curious how, if electricity bills go up for people here, how that might impact them.
We're a poor area. It's a huge amount of people that have trouble paying their electric bill currently. There are people who don't own vehicles. They don't have health care. I just think about the people that I know that they won't be able to keep their lights on.
This is a large farming community here in Northeast Louisiana. We're giving our most valuable resource, which is farmland. I want to know, what is Meta doing to give back to the community?
There's a fear like, well, who's going to get what they need. It's going to be the people with the most money and the most power. I've worked a very short time in the oil field, South Texas, and working down there, you would be working in a boom town, but you would drive through a different old boom town that is where the oil used to be, but it isn't no more. And it was just a ghost town, because all that happens when a place like this comes in is the rich, they just get richer.
Very true. Very true. They're also saying it's the size of Manhattan. Yeah, it's huge, right? It's huge. Check it out. One of my attorneys posted this. The wise and powerful Eddie Block on the stand, March 2023. Look at that. Here's Donald J. Trump with his little vest and stuff. Interesting day. Michelle Maxwell. Breaking news out of Virginia. And it's the kind of news that you should make every Republican's heart race with pride. The numbers are in, and their stunning conservative Republican-leaning counties are shattering expectations in the early voting, leaving Democrat strongholds in the dust. The They just finished one the next town over, and they had to put in these massive power poles, towers all around the area so they could transport the power. It's insane how much power they use, and they get so hot, so they use up a lot of water too. Goochland is not far behind Hanover. So what county is this in? Virginia. That's good. Virginia is bringing it on, so that's good. School board meeting in Maine erupts after board member slaps phone out of attendee's hand. Oh, let's see this. This should be good. Everything on X, the audio keeps going in and out unless it's a big company. Have you noticed that? I don't know why.
Is that what it's?
Wow.
And I demand their firing. I demand their immediate firing. Because your lack of action, when this has been brought to your attention, that someone wished the death upon others, and you're okay with this, and there are people that are upset about this, and you couldn't give a crap about it.
It's crazy, Sneaky Pete, it is.
And my tone of voice is not yours to monitor, ma'am. How many decibels I speak, you cannot ask me to leave. I will not play by your rules. I will not be silenced by you anymore. Okay? This LGBTQAI plus nonsense and people wishing death on us, the Christians. And you know what? This is what a guy named Destiny said. He said those people are so dangerous. Their ideology is so backward, so primitive, so hateful that we have absolutely no choice but to kill them first. Because they are a threat to us.
Wow.
And you're pumping that shit into kids' heads. Your teachers are pumping that shit into kids' heads. I demand it stop. I demand counseling for the kids that were hurt by Charlie Kirk's death that he dissed. He can have free speech. He just can't have a job on taxpayer money.
Right on.
You need to check yourself and correct yourself and get rid of him. It is the will of the people. And we are done with you with your rules. She won't even look at me. You're a foul and evil woman. You're a coward. Hey. Why don't you look at me? Hey! You want to talk to me?
That woman. Don't you insult that woman.
Why not?
Because she's doing the best she can. And you don't know what we think.
She's not doing the best she can.
You don't know what we think. We haven't even made a decision yet.
You should have made a decision when you found out. When did you know? When did you know?
On Friday, we're taking it. We're doing the best we can.
You're too slow. The world is moving on way too fast for you, old man. I'm serious.
We are in recess.
Can I have
There's 3 or 4 more public comment slots.
All of those in favor of adjournment, please signify.
Is that what it's?
Yeah, that whoever this person is down here is in a lot of trouble for that. He should be arrested for that. I see the police took him out, but I hope something happens to him for that. He should definitely be arrested for that. School board. It's a school board meeting in Maine, so it's a school board meeting. Which person did? Oh, they don't say who did it. I wonder what happened to him. I'm sorry, but after all this BS we watched these jackasses get away with for the past, I cannot be the only one who never gets tired of watching them. Let's see this. I love it. Oh, isn't this lady is somebody running for office? One of these ladies, I think, was running for office and got thrown on the ground. That was pretty cool. I wonder which ICE facility this one is. Is that the one in Chicago? I think that's the one in Chicago, isn't it? Congressman Greg Kazar says, millions of Americans are about to lose the ability to see a doctor. No, millions of illegal aliens are about to lose it. Let's be real here. Antifa militant cries because their organization has now been declared a terrorist organization. Oh, let's see this. This should be good.
So those of you who do not protest, do not do the occupation at ICE detention centers and stuff like that, do you know what's going on?
It was cool.
Do you know that the president himself has threatened to directly wipe us out, us Portland protesters, Like, wipe us out means he wants to kill us. And now he has designated us as a terrorist
Oh
organization.
my goodness.
How are we an organization? Like, we are literal random people who showed up to protect our community.
Shut
That's
up.
who we are. And now we're fucking terrorists for standing on a sidewalk and saying
I
some
think I
hilarious
might have that
mean
one,
things
Stinky Pete.
to fucking Nazis. So yeah, like this is bad. Are you people who are not on the street paying attention? Because they are going to kill your activist friends, like flat out kill us. And
They're not going to kill you. They're going to
from
arrest
what I'm
you.
seeing from the dialogue, y'all will blame us. So I don't know.
Wait a minute. We can't. Why can't we blame you? You're the ones that are doing all the, being an activist and standing out in front and just, getting your word out with signs and stuff like that. That's an activist. So when you're going out there and destroying stuff, setting stuff on fire, that's a terrorist.
You expect to happen here, but they're not going to fucking stop with us. Like they're already deplatforming Jimmy. So
Oh my God.
those of you-
Shut up. It's confirmed Ilhan Omar married her brother per marital records obtained by Steven Crowder. Let's see these. So February 12th, 2009, 479 Prairie Center Drive in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, blah, blah, blah. It's in Hennepin County. Man, this is not big enough for me. It says, Ahmed Nurse, whatever, and Ilhan Omar. This is their marriage certificate for February 20th, 2000. Let's see. This is 2009, February 12th. Yeah, so that's a wedding. That's their marriage license. You see the certificate. So this is the actual certificate. But I don't know if that's her actual brother or not, to be honest with you. I'm guessing it is. If Steven Crowder's posting it, he's normally pretty much on top of things. So this Representative Ted Lieu, he's from California. And he said the First Amendment is not optional. Censoring artists and canceling shows is an attack on American values. Well, the First Amendment protects you from getting arrested, from being jailed over your speech. It does not protect you from the consequences of your speech, like getting fired. ABC fired him. Senator Mazie Hirono said, hey, no one in our country should have to live in fear because of what they look like or where they come from. The Supreme Court's allowance of racial profiling fuels discrimination, right? So she's saying nobody should live in fear because of what they look like. So I guess it's okay to be white again. They killed... What's up, Boris? So Boris says they killed Kirk over the First Amendment, cry about their First Amendment, then attack Tucker for telling the story of why Jesus was killed. They have zero self-awareness as usual. Of course not. Of course not. 100% Sneaky Pete or Boris. Oh, here's another one. This is some of the disgusting things that are happening at the Broadview Processing Center in Illinois. These are peaceful protesters. Peaceful. Let's see how peaceful they are. Yeah, that's a peaceful protester pushing the cop. Yeah, that's a real peaceful protester. I love it. Look at her. She's going after him and stuff. Oh, peaceful protester. That must be National Lawyers Guild asking for her name so they can go bail her out of jail. I love it. I like seeing this. So now Gavin Newsom is demanding. We already saw this. Oh, here's some more. From there. Oh, here's a pepper ball one, I think. Is this the one you're talking about? Boom. I'm glad they're starting to actually stand up to him. Yeah, she was still going after him, right, Stinky Pete? Look, see, she's still going after him. Boris is always stirring shit. He's good at that. I wonder why the audio keeps going up and down, and all this stuff. See, now it's staying the same. Look at that, she's punching him and stuff. No wonder she's getting arrested. This is a better view of showing how she was doing stupid stuff. Good, she got arrested. There's your green hats, as I call them, bonus points. Bonus points. That's a good thing. That is good. Let's see what President Trump is talking about for them.
You meet with Democratic leaders to talk about how to avert a shutdown?
Well, I will, but they don't care about crime. They want to keep men and women sports. They want all this stuff. They don't change. They haven't learned from the biggest meeting they've ever taken just about. I'd love to meet with them, but I don't think it's going to have any impact.
It's not going to have any impact. Hell yeah, rack up them points. Hennepin County law enforcement leaders are calling the decision not to prosecute felonies stemming from traffic stops. You can't make this stuff up, folks.
This morning, we are here to talk about the Hennepin County's decision not to prosecute felony cases that stem from low-level traffic stops. Lawful traffic stops are routinely led to the removal of illegally possessed guns, narcotics, and other serious threats from our streets. Again, lawful traffic stops. Just this year, our deputies and detectives have seized 377 illegally possessed guns. Nearly half, 47%, of those illegally possessed guns we've confiscated are from traffic stops. That's 175 guns just this year that were found during traffic stops. This policy will embolden criminals. We see it every day in traffic stops where people who are committing criminal activities in our community say, we're not supposed to chase them. We're not supposed to pull them over. The criminals are paying attention, people. It will worsen the Hennepin County's already serious accountability problem, and it will put more lives at risk. At a minimum, these stops offer an opportunity to educate drivers about the law. When they do result in the seizure of illegal guns and contraband, it serves as crime prevention tool as well.
So they're telling them that if you pull somebody over, then you can't prosecute them for anything just because you pulled them over. That's insane. I've never caught a felony in a traffic stop, right, Boris? Well, I see a lot of people do on my little cops and chase and cuffs or cuffs and chase, whatever the show I do. I see it happening a lot, but that's because people are dumb though. Yeah, look at this. So they're doing training here to how to fight ICE.
Yeah, give it to me. No, but I can take it. Oh, I gotta get lower. So much strength, but I stayed up with it. That's the point, right?
We're practicing.
I love Nazis.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the fucking fascism is great. Oh, the brown people bother me.
Sanctuary.
Can you believe this stuff?
Yeah, give it to me.
I mean,
No, but I can take it.
then what the hell are they supposed to do? Nothing. That's what they want. They want nothing to happen. Donald Trump says, we want Venezuela to immediately accept all the prisoners and people from mental institutions, which include the worst in the world, insane asylums, that Venezuelan leadership has forced into the United States. I hope they do, but they're probably not going to do it. Our country is going to hell. That's what's going on, Stinky Pete. Like, look here. Liberals in LA are building military.
Because it's such a huge coordinated attack against our communities, I
have to assume at least one of you here is here for the wrong reasons. So if there is a pig in the room, first of all, fuck you.
Pig is in
second
cop.
of all, we're not doing anything illegal. We're on the streets from 5:30 in the morning till past midnight, and it's been 7 days a week ever since the attacks have started. So people are putting it down because it's such a huge coordinated attack.
So they're now starting militants here in LA. NASA unveils record-breaking speed internet with a laser tech. Let's see what this is. I always like stuff like this. Let's see what's going on.
Have you ever tried to download a movie with slow internet? It
Yeah.
buffers and it takes forever. Now imagine trying to download movies all the way from space. The International Space Station's new terminal, Illuma-T, will use laser communications to demonstrate an enhanced way to transmit data. In fact, Illuma-T can transmit data at a rate that would allow you to download a movie in under a minute. The process of sending and receiving spacecraft data is known as space communications. NASA is enhancing space communications capabilities through the power of lasers. Laser communications
Lasers.
use higher data rates to send an increased amount of science and exploration data to Earth in a single transmission. Historically, we've relied on radio frequency communications to send and receive data from space. With laser communications, we are supplementing that method. Laser communications can help NASA's science missions send more information and data that is vital to our understanding of our planet, the solar system, and beyond. To prove these groundbreaking capabilities, NASA is infusing laser communications into multiple missions.
Interesting. Interesting. I like it. Maybe we'll get faster internet everywhere. Oh my gosh. Here, let's listen to what this illegal alien. I think she's illegal. She shouldn't be in Congress at all.
Yes. It's an easy clickbait. There is a lot of hate in this country for Muslims. There's a lot of hate in this country for Black people, especially Black women. And there is a lot of hate, severe hate for immigrants. And so I fit the mold. She knows that she can easily raise money and get support for her bigotry from her bigoted, the bigoted people who want to give money to her campaign. But the reality is, in this country, the First Amendment does not only protect speech, it protects the right and liberty for anybody to practice their faith. I do practice the Muslim faith. I am an immigrant. I am proud of both of those things. And I was, of course, born in Somalia, which the president likes to mention. And I'm also
could you
proud
bring it up?
of my Somali heritage. And that is not something that they can take away from me. And I just want to say, one thing that the president should understand is that you can't impeach a sitting member of Congress. And it is unfortunate that the members of Congress have not educated their uneducated president about how
You're
things work in
uneducated woman. Oh my gosh. She has literally said, I put Somalia before the United States. How can that be? Boris says Trump brought up the Portland Detention Center, said he would crack down, designated a terrorist group. Last night they attacked 2 female streamers. All Oregonians seem to be cucks, right? We'll go look that up in a minute. We'll look up some videos. Newsflash for Trump: you just don't get to pull polling numbers out of thin air. So why do you do it then? Why do you do it? Liberal women are now arguing who's more oppressed. I don't even want to read that. McDonald's USA has announced that it will invest $200 million in regenerative farming practices. Interesting. Okay. Let's see anything new that's popped up real recent. And then we'll go watch some stuff from there. Let's see if there's anything new that just so happened real quick. If you have to shoot someone with a microphone in their hand, you lost the debate. That is true. ABC Sacramento. So this is the guy apparently that shot up ABC Sacramento. He's a liberal, of course. Responsible for Jimmy Kimmel being fired. This one's pretty good. Breaking news: the Justice Department has charged a man with... Oh, that's right. I saw this. So aiming a laser at Marine One when President Trump was on board. Saturday, September 20th. Jacob Samuel Winkler is facing a felony and 5 years in prison. And he said, I didn't know it was illegal to shoot a laser at a plane. What a dumbass. Chance of down with Kamani. I know how to say his name, but who cares? Indicated Dem Henry Queller took $600,000 in bribes from a Mexican bank as Azerbaijan Oil Company. How is he still in Congress? Because people are stupid and they vote for anybody. I don't want to deal with that. President Trump will deliver his remarks to the United Nations tomorrow. Interesting. Kamala Harris on NBC calls Trump a tyrant and a communist dictator. You don't say. She's been saying that forever. Keith Olbermann. Here, let's watch Fox News. Let's see what's going on here.
Stop. These are serious. These are dangerous times. You know what? And people do get triggered, and people, at times get indoctrinated. And when you dehumanize Nazi, fascist, racist, Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, over time, people that may not be all there begin to take it to heart and may think they're doing God's will. Here with more, Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. Well, let's get your reaction to bad day for you.
Well, it was cryptic, and it was really menacing. I would say, Sean, it immediately panicked my family and friends. Within, I would say, a couple of minutes of that being posted, I started to get text messages and phone calls, family, my kids saying, are you okay, Mom? Are you fine? They know the threats that I've had. They know the threats that they've had, the things that have happened to them because of politicians like this that say things and somebody grabs onto them that has an agenda, the cartels and criminals that have threatened our family already. So when you get a post like that by a governor, immediately, my staff and family think, what is going on? What does he mean? And we're trying to figure it out. So, this is a day and age where we've always known that words matter, but there's been real consequences that we have realized that have happened to incredible people like Charlie that we'll have to live with forever. And I hope we all learn from that. I hope we all learn that it's time to start listening.
Sorry, I played it again. My bad. Okay, let's go over to YouTube land and let's search for Portland ICE facility. Let's see what kind of stuff. Or actually, we can probably find it on X too, huh? Portland. See if they have like quick clips on it. Or not quick clips. Not to be quick, but just clips on it so we can find it. Ooh, hello, Holly. Portland ICE. Sure. September 20th. That's not Portland. That doesn't look like Portland. Antifa and Portland have conspired to deprive. Let's see. This was September 21st. Let's see.
Help!
Sorry, it's loud.
Assault. Get up! Get up!
Is this what you're talking about? But that wasn't last night, so that's probably not it. Let's go to the latest. Let's see what kind of videos we can see on the latest stuff. Okay. That was September 20th. Is that what you're talking about, Boris? The streetlight was red with lots of traffic and lots of commies. Watch me taunt that commie. So now the local commies know we're fed up. Good. Let's see if there's any other videos here, at least real quick. 2 hours ago. So this is still today. Boris is always up there in Alaska doing the good stuff. He is. What's this? Truck up panics over Trump. I don't even know what Antifa is. Oh, shut up. See if we can find some video of it. It was Honey Badger Mom and Katie. Was it on YouTube? Honey Badger Mom. Then we got to go here, and we want to do sort by type video as a channel. Honey Badger Family. Mr. Honey Badger. Is she on YouTube? T-SPLY. 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 Oops, I didn't put the dash in there. Here we go. Live. Was it live or was it not live? That was 1 month ago. So how about this videos? 4 hours ago, Portland protesters attacked agents and journalists. Here we go.
It's a new show coming out. 9/11 special. He said he's got information about this.
Let's watch
Once
this.
again, a journalist, a friend of the channel, a Christian has been attacked at this Portland federal building. We'll get to that in a second. But if you are unaware, this federal building has been the scenes of clashes between
look at how
protesters
clean it
and
looks.
federal agents for over 100 days in a row now.
Help! Assault! Get up! Get up!
That's definitely assault. You can't put any kind of liquid on a
So we
person.
have a lot to cover in this video, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a little personal because once again, a friend of the channel, friends of the channel,
Thank you for sending it to me,
keep
Boris.
getting assaulted, and they're just trying.
I think
to
we found
cover
it
the
already, though,
story
didn't we?
For me and you. Now, before we start the video, I need you guys to please like the video. It's the finding out about this. I need you guys to get the word out that this is happening in Portland because journalists can't even cover the story.
The city also found that ICE is violating an ordinance against boarded up windows. The violation notice says that ICE must remove the wood boards.
Wait a
and
minute.
Any covering.
You can't board up your building. So instead you have to let them destroy your building. And it's not just ICE. I've been to Portland and every building was boarded up because they were afraid of what Antifa would do up there.
From windows or doors on the exterior of the building.
You can't make this stuff up. The city of Portland, instead of focusing on the security of the area, making sure people can have their First Amendment rights, but not getting out of hand like attacking journalists, they want federal agents to remove the wood boarding from the building, even though the protesters have been trying to smash through the glass, and we have plenty of evidence of that.
Say Hoops threw a rock and hit an ICE officer in the head, then later used a stop sign to damage the ICE building. But they didn't know who he was until the Oregonian posted a photo of Hoops taking care of another protester.
Yeah, so when you use a stop sign as a battering ram and try to smash through the front doors, and we have plenty of other videos of throwing
crazy,
rocks
Boris.
at the windows, that is probably enough for federal agents to board up the windows. But the city of Portland, it's like they're ignoring all of that happened. But we only know all of this is happening because we have journalists on the ground who cover the story, but they're being attacked.
He said he's got information about this.
Help!
Wow.
Assault! Get up! Get up!
So the journalist we're going to be talking about today, that was Honey Badger Mom. If you guys want to go follow her on X, if that name sounds familiar, she was attacked a month before.
I'm gonna try something. So I know on pictures, X or my Apple will be able to pick it up. Let's see. Does it?
By protesters in the exact same area.
I'll add her,
so
though.
Make sure to go show her some love on X. Go support her. Go follow her. She never asks me to ever promote her. But if you're going to get attacked for this story, we're going to support you. So thank you, Honey Badger Mom. So let's talk about what happened. Okay, so Honey Badger Mom just so happened to be filming the whole thing on a live stream. And I do think that was a miracle from God so that she has the evidence to see what exactly happened. Now, I want you guys to imagine this is where you live. This has been happening for 100 days in a row. And the city is saying, hey, you got to take the plywood down from your building. So let's dig into what is going on. This is live and raw.
He's literally begging for help. He's already called you guys.
Can we get on this side of the...
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm gonna get on this side.
Fucking Honey Badger, bro. There was literally no fucking way.
The heck is that walking by?
I know this man like running it out just fucking shot him.
Okay, so at this point, Honey Badger Mom is on public property, yet you already have an agitator yelling at Honey Badger Mom and another journalist, Katie Davis Court.
What?
Okay, Forrest.
Oh, we got the drug keeper back.
At this point, the protesters realize Honey Badger Mom and Katie are in the area. Remember, Honey Badger Mom was assaulted just across the street. These protesters laughed about it. They mocked her. They posted videos all over TikTok about it. So remember, right now, this is already a very hostile environment for Honey Badger Mom, who has the legal right to be here.
Commercial. Probably in it. Probably.
What do you want to do? Do you want to go on Fed property?
No, I think if they just mob us, we just...
Okay.
Do you hear? They have to create a plan. What do we do if they mob us? Honey Badger Mom said, hey, let's go on federal property because the police are not in the area. So if there are no local police to protect them, at the very least, maybe the federal agents will go out of their way to protect Katie and Honey Badger Mom.
Or whatever.
As long as we have a plan.
But it is much
So again, at this point, everyone knows that they are in the area.
And what?
Dumpy, I think.
So they're getting filmed by the protesters. And by the way, these protesters are all on federal property. And a side note, these protesters are also yelling at another person who helps this channel, another journalist who's been covering the story for us.
She means nice ass.
Oh yeah, I'm not concerned about that.
The heck? Wait a minute. Is that Corinne? That looks like Corinne. Is that Corinne?
Okay, so now it's about to happen. This protester starts talking about Tucker Carlson, but you'll notice everything was 100% unprovoked.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson, new show coming out. 9/11 special.
Got a sword? Yeah, let's just hit a woman.
Get up!
Let's just hit a woman.
Okay, so the police eventually do show up, not to the Portland Federal Building, though, not in that area. They show up around the building just a block away.
Demonstrating your First Amendment right.
And you'll notice, again, remember, imagine you live in Portland, you were just attacked by one of the protesters, and another group of protesters come to film you and laugh at you.
It's
Why are you recording us when we're watching you call the cops for nothing? Fake journalists. It's weird.
Bullshit.
Weirdo. Why is she recording me?
and they're mad that Katie is filming the protesters. And again, I do want to throw this
They
out
always
there.
do
I know
that.
a lot of people like to say they're a journalist and all that. Katie Davis Court and Honey Badger Mom are literally actual journalist press credentials.
Can you watch them? Yeah, I got you. Hey guys, just so you know, my body cam is on.
Yeah, so again, what you see right here is emboldening. These protesters do not care if the police officers are filming them. They do not care. They're just trying to film Honey Badger Mom and Katie like they were being filmed before over at the federal building. These protesters, and I can show you guys the evidence, they take the videos, put them on TikToks, make montages. They laugh about Honey Badger Mom because, again, she's already been assaulted before. She called the police, and these police officers made her walk around the federal building. They wouldn't just show up and actually tell the protesters to disperse.
But yet they're sworn to protect. Look at that, sworn to
And
protect.
shout out again to Katie Davis Court. She filmed the third person to see the full picture of what happened to Honey Badger Mom. I think by now you guys probably know Honey Badger Mom and Katie Davis Court, but if you haven't already, go follow them, go support them. We don't have a story without them, and President Trump doesn't even know this is happening without Katie Davis Court, Honey Badger Mom, and you guys promoting the video, sending your love to the journalists so they have the motivation to go out there and film the story.
Look, they love Tyler Robinson. Don't be like, oh my gosh.
So what you're seeing right here was filmed by Katie Davis Court. These are love messages and appreciation written right in front of the federal building, saying they love the person who took out Charlie Kirk and, of course, Luigi. So again, this is what's littered all over the area. And I'm actually quite surprised that the city of Portland and the local news, they're not focusing on any of this. Again, I'm really trying to harp this into your guys' brain. You know you wouldn't see any of this if it wasn't for Katie and Honey Badger Mom. The media in the area, they're focusing on the federal building, not the actual protesters and what's going on. In fact, here's a flyer of Katie Davis Court that was posted in the area mocking her. So I'm just trying to show you guys, I don't understand how the Portland police are not addressing this and leaving it up to the federal agents.
They're afraid of them.
All the focus is on that federal building, but why is none of the focus on the journalist and people who can be in the area legally, the residents who live across the street from the federal building? Nope, we're just going to address the plywood.
Seattle. Outside agitator! Go back to Seattle! Go back to Seattle!
What's your reason for doing the interview?
Go back to Seattle! Fuck this. Go back to Seattle.
Get away from me.
Go back to Seattle!
Again, these protesters feel super emboldened. It's not the job of the federal agents to diffuse every single situation that's happening on public property, but they're having to do it. It's the job of the Portland police to come out here and actually secure your streets, and the job of the city to make sure there's some law and order.
Sneaky Pete.
Not going nowhere. Go back to Seattle where you're from.
Yes, they are.
Katie. Whoa. You're going to act like a bitch. Like
Is that Rosa? Broza?
And again, for the new people here, a judge has ordered that the local police do not have to enforce the noise violations you're hearing in the background.
Oh
with the
my gosh, you're
megaphones.
kidding
that
me.
Again, at the very lowest level, you would assume that maybe the police can come out here and tell people, hey, you're being too loud because the people across the street have not been able to get any sleep for 100 days in a row now. Nope, the police don't even have to do that.
Go back to Seattle.
And they're saying go back to Seattle because Katie is based out of Seattle, but she's covering this story for me and you.
Go back to Seattle. You sweet home, bitch.
See, they're not helping either. They're not doing anything to protect the building either.
this is another common tactic. The protesters will try to back you into a corner, try to surround you and mob you, push you onto the federal property, and then shift the blame and say, hey, they're on the federal property. Why don't you go after them? So guess what? Even if you support the protesters, your taxpayer money is literally being wasted because federal agents are having to do the job of the Portland police and police up this area. Every single time
but
they
they're
use
not
that
doing it
equipment,
either.
they're going to need a reload. That costs money. They need more bodies on the ground. That's going to cost money. They have to clean up the building. That costs money. So understand this. Your taxpayer money is quite literally being wasted at this area.
Don't follow us.
You need to not follow us.
So this right here to me is so unacceptable. Again, I cannot believe the Portland police will not even take care of situations like this. Katie Davis Court and Honey Badger Mom
so,
and this guy in the background here,
hope.
Ryan, you're going to see him in a second. They're being followed and stalked by these protesters. So I thought these protesters are supposed to be protesting the federal building. That's not what's going on, guys. But again, you don't know this is happening without the journalist actually filming, because the mainstream media has done a very bad job in actually covering this story. In fact, Fox News only knows about this and has footage because of Katie.
I'm walking this way.
Because no newscaster will go down there. They're too afraid. Real newscasters are too afraid to go down there.
Get the out of my way. I don't give a...
Oh, maybe that's Broza.
You're asking, Ryan.
Ryan is trying to defuse the situation, by the way, yet they're still being followed. And by the way, this is the back of the Portland building where they made Honey Badger Mom. The police made Honey Badger Mom walk all the way back here after she got hit by the protesters.
Hey, guys, push it out. We're not safe anymore.
They just said we're not safe anymore.
Not safe anymore.
Okay, let me explain what you're about to see. So this is on the other side of the Portland building. Right back here, that's where Honey Badger Mom and Katie Davis Court were filming their own attack.
They won't say
but
it's
right
real.
now, what you're about to see here, one of the agitators was trying to steal from Ryan, and Ryan has had enough and actually has to defend himself.
Wow.
And I'm just going to leave it at that. If you guys want, you guys can go follow Ryan's X account. I don't know how much I can play on here, but you can go and watch the full clip. And all I'm going to say is this is a very unfortunate situation, which could have been diffused.
I'm not going to make a
police
comment
were
on
in the
that, but
area.
it's
And
sad.
spoiler alert, obviously Ryan is a lot bigger than the protester, so I'm sure you know what happens. Anyway, we don't want to glorify this. This is not happy. Ryan doesn't want to do this, but he has no choice. He was pushed into a corner, and now he has to defend himself. But the whole point I'm trying to make is this is on Portland City property, yet where is the city to stop stuff like this?
They won't.
Okay, so we are back at square one at the front of the building. You guys can leave your comments down below, but...
Just insane. It's just insane. Totally insane. Welcome to Portland. Real quick, let's see if anything else popped up real quick. Tonight. Anything new? Trump summons Dems to avoid the shutdown threats. Yeah, but they're going to blame it on Republicans and President Trump. Chuck Todd has meltdown over Trump designation Antifa as a terrorist. Who cares? Some 47% of mothers who have children with autism believe that their child was injured by a vaccine. I know a lot of those mothers. This is from 2011. Okay, let's see what he's talking about. I'm curious.
What I'm about to show you is Kim Clement, who passed away in 2016.
Shall be a woman that shall rise up, a woman that shall be strong in faith, virtuous, beautiful in eyes, and her eyes shall be so beautiful. Her eyes shall be round and big. I have crowned her, says the Lord, as I crowned Esther.
It's lost for sure, Sneaky Pete.
The people shall receive her, for she shall have the oil of gladness for the pain and the mourning that has taken place. And she shall pour out the oil. Is there some oil here, please, Marty? Is there some oil? She shall pour out the oil on this nation. And God says healing shall begin, and then it shall flow rapidly. Schools will be free from potential damage and danger, shootings and murder, drug addiction. Cartels shall be afraid of a woman. A woman anointed by God. A woman set aside. And God says they will say we hated her, but now we love her. For she shall take the oil of healing and she shall pour it upon the scars of those left and those right, and of the new party that has come forth and emerged, where they shall say Christ will reign, and this we shall not implement at all socialism. Where they have said we will make history without God. No, you will not. No, you will not, says the Lord. For I chose this nation before it was founded. Before anybody came here, I chose this entire nation, all 50 states, every one of them, to send my gospel to the entire earth. Do you think I have changed my mind? Therefore, the healing that is necessary for this nation shall come at a time in the middle of the presidency. There shall be a woman that shall come. And God said there shall be oil that shall be poured upon the nation. And they shall suddenly feel the healing.
Is she trying
and
to
they
say,
shall say, it is well.
Is she trying to say he's talking about Erica Kirk? Is that who she's trying
With my soul, it is well with our soul. For the soul of America has been corrupted. The soul of this nation has been corrupted with bitterness and anger. And God said, she shall say, no more bitterness, no more anger, no more division, and shall pour the oil that shall come from the Spirit of the Lord himself. If you as a nation believe that, if you want this, lift your voice and shout one more time and say, yes.
Oh yeah. He was. I could never. I don't think I could ever sit there and say I forgive the person that killed my loved one. God forbid if somebody were to kill Donnie, I could never forgive that person. No way. No way. Even though I know I'm supposed to. There's no way I could do that. No freaking way I could do that. Bill Gates is pledging nearly $1 billion to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. He says he can't make up for the government cuts, but he's trying anyways. I don't trust him. I've heard he's been putting stuff in. Anyways, I don't have proof, so I'm not going to say it. Minnesota, let's see. Doctor receives sentence for practicing medicine without a license for home genital exams. Ugh. I don't think I could too, but that's what God says we're supposed to. He does say we're supposed to do that, Sneaky Pete, but I don't think I could do it. I really couldn't. All right, that's all of it. It's 8:30 almost, and I gotta cook dinner and do some stuff around here. So thank you guys for coming in today. It was a slow day today, but thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it. Sneaky Pete was here the whole show. Boris showed up. I don't know if maybe, I don't know, something must be going on where everybody else is at today. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. All those that don't talk, hello to. And we'll see you back here. Ooh, Panda wants to say hi. Panda wants to say hi. Let me see. Is it open? If I can open it. I'll open it. You guys want to say hi to Panda real quick? Because Panda wants to say hi. Hold on, Pandas. If I can find out where it's going to pop up at. There it is. Here we go. What the heck? There's the pandas. Pandas, say hi. Donnie. My two puppies. There's my two puppies. All right, you guys. Have a good night. Thank you, Boris. Thank you, Sneaky Pete. We'll see you tomorrow night, same time. And a Thursday night, I'm looking into. I might go and live stream somebody. He's head of the Farm Bureau around here, and he's going to be talking about tariffs and how they're affecting the farmers and stuff like that. So that'd be good and interesting to hear. So talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, and we'll see you then.